Well, everybody, here is part one of my entire movie collection 2025 edition. Letter M DVDs that I'm about to show immediately. So, anyways, no time to waste. Let's begin. And I don't have the sequels, unfortunately, but I will soon. So, yep. And I will plan on rewatching the Madagascar movies soon. And as for the Penguins of Madagascar, haven't seen it, so yep. And I used to have this DVD back in 2014, but gave it away, so I replaced this one back in September of last year. So, yep. Great 2012 movie that I've watched last year, starring Channing Tatum and Matthew McConaughey. If you guys haven't seen this movie yet, this movie right here needed a rewatch soon. So, yep. In which my mom and I saw it a couple years ago. And here's the 2016 remake that I'm about to show right now. MGM movie, co-made by Columbia Pictures and Village Roadshow Pictures. And the case is not in the greatest condition, but that's alright. And I will plan on rewatching this remake soon after I'm done watching the original, so yep. Classic right here from 1995, starring Damon Wayans. If you guys haven't seen this movie yet. I will plan on rewatching this movie soon when we get to October, so yep. And I had this DVD since 2019. And here's the sequel, which I'm about to show right now. And forgot to mention, I do have the 2003 special edition VHS of Sleeping Beauty, which I have on VHS. So, yep. And this sequel right here needs a rewatch. So, yep. I will plan on watching this movie back in October. I was originally going to be watching this movie last year, but never got the chance to watch it. So, I'll probably watch this movie in October. So, yep. Great 2008 musical right here that I watched last year. And I did watch the sequel last year as well. Great sequel, in my opinion. So, yep. Oh, yeah. I will be showing this movie in a few minutes after I show the others, which is Milk. So, yep. This is the 2016, the original version, made from Switzerland. Or, I don't know. Probably from Swedish, I believe. And I do have the 2023 remake with the English language version starring Tom Hanks, which I have on Blu-ray. So, yep. This is the 2005 version of Man of the House. There is also a 1995 Disney version, which I'm not gonna get that one. In which I used to have the 1995 movie back in 2016, but got rid of it for some odd reasons. So, yep. But I haven't seen this one yet, but I will as soon as possible. So, yep. Pretty good 2006 movie right here, starring the late Robin Williams and directed by Barry Livingston, who directed Good Morning Vietnam and Rain Man. Good 2004 movie right here that I've watched back in 2021, starring Denzel Washington, Dakota Fanning, and Christopher Walken. Haven't seen this movie yet, but I will soon as possible. Really good 1999 movie that I've rewatched back in 2021 for the first time, and the second time back in February of this year in honor of Jim Carrey's 63rd birthday. Definitely a classic 1962 movie right here, starring John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart, along with Verna Myers, John Cario, and Annie Devine. If you guys haven't seen this movie, I recommend y'all to watch it soon. So, yep, definitely a classic right here. So, yep. Definitely an excellent 2016 movie that I've rewatched back in June of last year. Love that movie from 2016. I will plan on rewatching this movie soon, so yep. I will plan on rewatching this movie soon as well, so yep. Really good, sad 2008 movie right here, starring Owen Wilson, Jennifer Aniston, and the late Alan Arkin. If you guys haven't seen this movie yet. And I heard the sequel's kind of bad in my opinion, so just sticking with the first Marley Me movie in my opinion, so yep. There. That's better. That way I could make some more room now with the DVDs. So, yep. Guilty. This movie is a guilty pleasure from 2010, starring Owen Wilson and George Lopez. And I did watch it back in 2021, in case you didn't notice. So, yep. Really good 1996 movie, starring Jack Nicholson, Glenn Close, Pierce Brosnan, along with Sarah Jessica Parker, Natalie Portman, and Danny DeVito. If you guys haven't seen this movie yet. Yep, this is definitely one of my all-time favorite 2015 movies right here, starring Matt Damon, along with Jeff Daniels, Christian Wing, Janelle and Janelle, and Donald Glover, I believe. Oh yeah, Michael Pena is also in this movie as well, in case you didn't notice, so yep. Yep. If you guys haven't seen this movie, I recommend you all to watch it soon, so yep. I haven't seen this movie, unfortunately, but I will plan on watching this movie sometime at the end of April or early May. I don't know. 20th Street Fox, or known as 20th Century Studios movie, coming by Miramax and Universal Pictures, which all these which all these three studios did shown at beginning of the movie. So, yep. I will plan on rewatching this movie soon. So, yep. Oh, hang on. There. That's better. Great 2003 movie right here, starring Nicolas Cage, Sam Rockwell, and Alison Lohan. If you guys haven't seen this movie yet, I recommend you all to watch it soon. So, yep. Definitely a great 2003 movie, like I said. So, yep. Definitely an excellent 1999 movie that I've watched back in 2022, and I did watch the sequels, which they're not good in my opinion. So, yep. Really good 2021 movie that I've watched back in back in 2022. So, yep. I'm about to show 8 more DVDs for this video, and then we'll stop here for part 2, which I'll do that probably later. This is the 2004 version of Mean Girls, in case you didn't notice, so yep. I will plan on rewatching this movie soon, so yep. In which I've seen this movie before back in 2021. And that's a classic right here, so yep. Definitely a great 2000 movie that I've rewatched last week. Starring Robert De Niro and Ben Stiller. Universal movie co-made by DreamWorks. Yep. If you guys haven't seen this movie, along with Meet the Meet the Fockers and Little Fockers, I recommend you all to watch it soon. So, yep. And I do have the sequel, speaking of which. Here it is. Good sequel, in my opinion, so, yep. Really good, underrated 2010 DreamWorks anime movie, if you guys haven't seen this movie yet. One of the best movies of 2001 that I've rewatched last week, so, yep. And this is a Canadian DVD by Alliance Atlantis, while the American copy was made by Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment, so, yep. Haven't seen this movie yet, but I will soon, so, Yep, which I've never heard of this movie. But this movie has a great cast, so plan on checking out sometime this week or next week. And finally, here's the last one for part one. I will do part two later, so yep. And I did rewatch this movie last year, a classic from 1990, which this movie stars Christina Ricci, Winona Ryder, Cher, and the late Bob Hoskins. Well, everybody, there you have for part one of my entire movie collection, 2025 edition. Stay tuned for part two coming up soon. So, anyways, Oppenheimer Me 2002. Have a great rest of your morning. So, yep.